Hello. Today we're going to do a simple body weight workout that you can do from home. You don't need any equipment. I'm going to show you progressions to make things a little harder if you want to make them more challenging, or regressions if you have any kind of issues that keep you from doing the full exercise. So I'm going to try to show lots of different options that you can do in this simple workout that will take you about 20 minutes. And you can always increase the number of sets you do to maybe make it a longer workout, or you can decrease the number of sets or exercise to make it a shorter workout. Just make it challenging for you is all that matters. So we're going to start out with some activation exercises. And what those are just to kind of get those muscles ready and let them know that we're going to start using them. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start down on our hands and knees. And I want your wrists to be below your shoulders and your knees below your hips, nice and solid, as compared to having those hands in front of your shoulders or those knees behind. We want a nice stable frame. We're going to do an opposite hand to opposite leg. It's called a bird dog. And this is just engaging those glutes and that butt and that core. Just letting it know that we're going to start using it, kind of activating things. Nice and stable. Try to keep that back nice and flat. Keep from opening up those hips too much. You can point your toes down. We're going to do 10 repetitions on each side. All righty. And one last one, I think, is probably about 10. The next activation exercise, we are going to flip over onto our back with our feet shoulder width apart and our back pushed into the floor. And we're going to do a glute bridge. And this is just to activate those glute muscles or those rear end muscles. You're going to come all the way down and then all the way up, squeezing those glutes at the top. We're going to do 10 repetitions, and this is just activating those glute muscles. If you don't feel things activating here, I want you to move your feet maybe a little closer to your butt or a little bit further away. Depending, I want you to be able to really squeeze and feel those glute muscles activating. Keep breathing. We'll do 10 repetitions. And last one, and then we are going to go back and do one more set of each of those exercises. So let's flip back over. Now with these bird dogs, one way that we can make them a little more challenging, or we can change things up, is we can have 2 light dumbbells in our hands, and we can use those kind of in that front raise. Just makes it a little bit more challenging. You're having to stabilize with those weights. Challenges those arm, shoulder muscles. We're going to do 10 repetitions each way. Tuck in that pelvis so that we're not arching that back. All right, let's do a couple more. And then we're going to flip over onto our back and do our glute bridges. So legs shoulder width apart. Go up and squeeze. Squeeze. Good, 10 reps. Seven, I'm gonna do 3 more. There's 8, 9, and 10. All right, now we're gonna dive into the meat of our workout. And we're gonna start out with an exercise that I call seated dumbbell leg raises. Now, you can, if you have a dumbbell, you can set it there. Basically, we just want something that's going to be set in the center that we can lift our legs over. You don't have to have anything at all. I just feel like this challenges us a little bit so that we're more inclined to go a little bit higher with our legs. So our legs are going to be straight. You can have a little bit of a soft bend in the knees. We're going to lift our legs over that object and back. What's really important is that we are engaging that core because we're going to feel it in that core, okay? And we're kind of turning our body a little bit each way. We're going to do 10 repetitions to each side. Now, if you can't do both legs, then I want you to do one leg. And you could do 10 repetitions that way, and then you go to the other side and you do 10 repetitions that way. Okay? So those are two different ways that we can do the same exercise. This is more of the progression, and the single leg is the regression. Yeah, we're feeling this in the core. It's kind of like a little bit of a reverse crunch. All right, we're going to do 20 of those all together. 10 each way. Our next exercise, moving on, if you need to pause the video so that you can take a little more time to finish up, feel free to do that. I just want to show you how to do each of the exercises. This next one is air squats, and it's just basically a squat, but we don't need any weights at all. If you do want to make it more challenging, you can hold a dumbbell in each hand. We're going to point our toes straight forward. Our hips are shoulder width apart, our feet are shoulder width apart, and we're just going to come down into that squat and back up. Squat and up. With a squat, want to make sure that we are sitting back rather than putting those knees over the front of our toes. We're wanting to sit back like we're sitting in a chair. As you get a little more flexible, you can go down a little bit lower. And this, we don't want to try to keep our body completely upright the whole time. It's okay to be leaning over a little bit. And actually, your torso is going to be parallel to your calves. So you can see my body, my torso and my calves should be kind of moving parallel to each other. Keeping that core engaged so that we're not feeling it in our lower back. We're going to do 10 repetitions of those. If you can't do squats, if they hurt your knees, feel free to sit down on a bench, and you can do knee extensions, 10 on one side and 10 on the other. If you have any bands, you can make these more challenging by putting a booty band over your knees, or you can put a booty band at your ankles just to provide a little more resistance, but you're working those quadricep muscles. All right, so those are the air squats. Next are wall push-ups or floor push-ups, so just depending on what you can do. So let's start with the hardest. We're going to do standard push-ups from our toes. We're going to do wide grip. So our body's going to come down. Just want to keep that core nice and engaged and straight as a board, like a plank. You can take these down to your knees and push down and up. I would just rather you not be doing this because that's not really doing anything, okay? So that next progression would be from the knees. You can't do it from the knees. Take it up a little bit. You can do it from a bench, or you can do it from your couch, right? Like that. Be a little bit easier. Or if you can't do that, take it up here to the wall, and you can move and adjust your feet to whatever position that is easier for you. Okay, just whatever challenges you. Those push-ups are going to be feeling those in the arms and in that chest. Going to do 10 repetitions of the push-ups. The very last exercise in this set of exercise is a step back with a knee drive hop. Okay, step back, knee drive hop, and we're gonna do, losing my balance. We're gonna do 10 on either side. Okay. All right, and if you can't do the little hop part, just take it back and just do the knee to balance. And that's totally fine, okay? But pause at the top, you engage that core and work on that balance. Okay? And that is our workout set. I want you to go back through the exercise, starting with the dumbbell seated leg raise, the air squats, the wall push-ups, and the step back to knee drive. And I want you to do a set of those, as many as you have time for. Okay, you can do 2 or 3 sets. Usually the sweet spot for really fatiguing those muscles is between 3 and 5 sets. All right. Hope you enjoyed this workout and you get a nice little movement in. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day. Bye.